Okay, I think it's clear now. Is it clear? Okay, right. Now, what is that I will tell? G1 of t I want to represent in terms of G of t first. So what you should do? You should do some scaling. You should do some shifting. So you should do mechanically here. So width of this one. First of all, how much width is there? This one. If you want to get this one from this one, you have to expand it. That is, you should scale it. How much scaling is there? So therefore, what is that I have is width of this one is 2. Width of the G of t is 2. Width of the G1 of t is 3. Therefore, A is equal to 2 by 3 divided by this one. This much scaling we need because 2 out 2 has to become 3. 2 by 3. Okay, next. Step 2 is this one. What is that? Shifting. How much? See, once scaling is over, width is ready. Now, how much shifting you should do it? Okay, right. So now what is that we have is the scaling and shifting combined together. We should do it, right? So AT minus B. Okay. AT minus B should be equal to AT always. This is a general formula. AT minus B should be equal to midpoint of this one. Midpoint 0. This is midpoint of G of t. Not necessarily 0. Midpoint of G of t, we should take it. By 3t minus B is equal to 0. Okay. Now, where it should be? What is the present center point of this one? Center point of this one is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Center point is 1 by 2. Oh, sorry, 1.5. 1.5 is nothing but what? 3 by 2. Substitute that value. So therefore, what I should do? 2 by 3t. And the midpoint of this one is what? 3 by 2 minus b is equal to 0. 2 gets cancelled. 3 gets cancelled. This is what? Midpoint of G1 of t. This is the method we should follow. So now what is that we have? 1 minus b is equal to 0. Therefore, b is equal to 1. So now we got it as G1 of t is equal to G of A, you know. What is that we have? 2 by 3 t minus 1. Substitute in this equation. We get that. So this is the method we should follow while doing representing one signal in terms of other signal. Now we got one. Second one. We shall go for second one. G2 of t. G2 of t is ranging from 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Okay. Next. Same method. Width of G of t is 2. Width of G2 of t is 1 to 3 is 2. Therefore, A is equal to 1. Scaling divided by 2. Next. Midpoint. Midpoint of.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, again it's blurred, sir.
Is it blurring? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿ. Something problem within a Geo network. Okay. Is it okay? Just check it. If any blurring is there, please inform me. Midpoint of G of t is 0. Midpoint of G2 of t is between 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. So therefore, what is that we have? Midpoint is 2. Therefore, AT minus B is equal to 0. That is the midpoint. A is how much? 1. T is how much? The midpoint is 2 minus B is equal to 0. Therefore, B is equal to 2. Therefore, G2 of T is nothing but equal to G of A is 1 into T minus B, 2. G2 of T. Next, G3 of T. G3 of t. G3 of t is ranging from where to where? 2 to 3. 2 to 3. Okay, right. So now this can be represented as what? 2 to 3. Uh, width width of G of t is 2. Width of G3 of t is 2 to 3 is 1. Therefore, A is equal to 2. 2 by 1. And midpoint of G of t is 0. Midpoint of G3 of t is between 2 and 3. 2.5. 2.5 is 5 by 2. Therefore, what is that we have? A is 2. B is what? 5 by 2. Sorry, T minus B is equal to 0. 2 gets cancelled. Therefore, B is equal to 5. Therefore, G3 of T is equal to G of A is 2T minus 5. So, 2T minus 5. 1 minute. Yeah. So, that's how we should do it. Therefore, X of T is nothing but what? G1 of T plus G2. X of T is nothing but G1 of T plus G2 of T plus G3 of T. G1 of T. G1 of T is what? G of 2 by 3T minus 1 plus G of T minus 2 plus G of 2T minus 1. That's how we should do it. So this will fetch you 6 marks. It may look lengthy, but mechanically you should do it. One more problem I have. This is also taken from your prescribed textbook only, and it was asked 4 or 5 times in the examination. 6 marks question. Same problem with one more step. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your X of t. Okay. If it is blurring, wait. I'll wait for it. One minute. Okay, right. Now I think it is visible. Okay. So this signal is G of t is from -1 to +1. Well is 1. So question is represent x of t in terms of g of t. So what you should do? Split this into four parts. 0 to 4. You call it as g1 of t. Next 4. 1 to 4 g2 of t. 2 to 4. 2 to 4. All of them amplitude 1. 2 to 4 g3 of t. And 3 to 4 g4 of t. See, add all of them. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. You will get it. 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 is 2. Next, 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 4. So, therefore, what is that you can understand from this one? So, this can be represented as x of t can be represented as g1 of t plus g2 of t plus g3 of t plus g4 of t, we can write it. Now you represent each one of them mechanically in the same method what I gave it. And this method is applicable to all earlier problems also. There I gave shortcut. Now by observation only we can easily do it. Okay, that problem also you can using this method. But whenever this method is must when it is not starting from zero. When it is not starting from zero, then we'll have to go for this method. Otherwise, you can do in the easy method, that my earlier method what I gave it, right? So now what you should do is you go for this. Now, first one, G1 of t. G1 of t, how to do it? G1 of t is from 0 to 4. 0 to 4. Okay. Width of G of t is 2. Width of G1 of t is A is equal to 1 by 2. 2 by 4, it is 1 by 2. And midpoint of G of t is 0. Midpoint of G1 of t is, see here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So midpoint is 2. Midpoint is 2. Therefore, AT minus B is equal to 0, as the midpoint is 0 here also, G of t. G of t midpoint is 0. A is how much? 1 by 2. Midpoint is 2. And next, minus B is equal to 0. 2 gets cancelled. Therefore, B is equal to 1. Therefore, G1 of t is nothing but equal to G of 1 by 2t minus 1. Next, G2 of t. G2 of t is ranging from where to where? 1 to 4. 1 to 4. Once again, width of G of t is 2. Width of G2 of t. Width of G2 of t is 4 minus 1 is 3. Therefore, A is equal to 2 by 3. Midpoint, midpoint of midpoint of G of t is 0. Midpoint of G2 of t is 1, 2, 3. So midpoint is this one, 2, 2.5. 2.5 is nothing but 5 by 2. Therefore, what is the ticket I did? A, 2 by 3, B, 5 by 2, T value, minus B is equal to, this is 5 by 2, and this is scaling with AT minus B. AT minus B is equal to 0. Substitute for all. 2 gets cancelled. Therefore, B is equal to 5 by 3. You can verify the answer afterwards, shifting and scaling. You can do mathematical operation on the G of t and you can get this one. You can check it out. You can verify the answer also. And verification also, I think one of the problems I did it in my notes. You can check it out. Right? 5 by 3. Therefore, G2 of t is nothing but equal to G of A 2 by 3t minus 5 by 3. Next, G3 of t. G3 of t. G3 of t is Okay, right. G3 of t is ranging from where to where? 3 to 2 to 4. Huh? So this is G3 of t. Go back and check it. 2 to 4. 2 to 4. Its value is 1. So what you should do? 2 to 4 means once again same method. Width of G of t is 2. Width of width of G3 of t is 2. A is equal to 1. Scaling is not required. So whenever you get A is equal to 1, no, you should understand that scaling is not required. But still you do mechanically. Automatically you will get it as scaling. Will not get scaling. Only shifting you can do it. Okay, right? So now what is that we have? Midpoint. Midpoint of midpoint of G of t. Otherwise, you can easily say that. So from -1 to +1 is there. If you want right it to be going to the towards the right to the 4 means what is that we have? 1 plus 3. It is B has to be 3. Check it out. I don't know. Okay. So this one, what is that? Whenever scaling is not there, we can easily do that only shifting. So that we can do it. Okay. Instead, you do mechanically, you will get the answer as 3. Check it out. Midpoint of G of t is 0. Midpoint of G3 of t is 2, 3. Midpoint is 3. Therefore, A is what? AT minus B is equal to 0. A is 1. T is, what is the value? 3. Midpoint minus B is equal to 0. Therefore, D is equal to 3. So, therefore, what is that? You can write it. G3 of t is equal to G of A 1 into t minus b. B is what? 3, sorry. So that's how we should do it. Will you agree with that? So, so G3 of t is equal to G of t minus 3. So G4 of t. G4 of t is nothing but what? Once again, this is from 3 to 4. And that means width of G of t is 2. Width of G4 of t is 1. Therefore, A is equal to 2 by 1 is 2. Midpoint midpoint of G of t is 0. Midpoint of G4 of t is midpoint of these two between 3 and 4. Between 3 and 4 under 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is what? 3 and a half. 3 and a half is nothing but 7 by 2. 7 by 2. Therefore, A 2 into 7 by 2 minus B 7 2 2 gets cancelled. Therefore, B is equal to 7. Therefore, G4 of T is nothing but equal to G of A 2T minus 7. Okay, that's how we should do it. Therefore, X of T is nothing but equal to G1 of T. G1 of T is nothing but what? G of half T minus 1 plus G2 of T. G of 2 by 3T minus 5 by 3 plus G3 of T. G of T minus 3 plus G4 of T. G of 2T minus 7. Like that we can do it. Okay. So this is how we can represent X of T in terms of G of T. We can take one peculiar problem and which we can this signal is ranging from, let us say, 1 to 2. 1. This is G of T. Next problem. Problem number 117. Now the signal is, this amplitude is, this is 1, this is 3, this is 4. Amplitude also different. It's also not starting from 0, let us say. other than 0 if you start it. Okay, let us say this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So both of them are not starting at 0, center point is not 0, all those things are taken. So if this is the case also, we can do this problem. But this kind of problems, you cannot do it in the last class, whatever I did know, that shortcut method. In that method, you cannot do it. Okay. Some of the teachers also, we do always say that use that method, but that method is not applicable for all kinds of problems. But this method is, whatever the method I am giving today, this method is applicable to all kinds of problems. Okay, irrespective of the type of problem, we can use this method. Okay, right. So, but that one is only if the one edge is starting from 0, that we can use it, but not always. Okay. So now I'll take up one problem wherein center point is not 0, left edge is not 0, and no one is starting from 0. If that is the case, then you can easily do the problem with this method. Okay. But that method, you cannot use it for this, right? Shall we do that? Okay. So 2 to 5. So this can be represented as 2 to 5. Its value is 1. Next, 3 to 5. Amplitude is this one. This is 1 no, to 3. This amplitude is 2 now, not 1. And between 4 and 5, its amplitude is 1. This we call it as G1 of t, G2 of t, G3 of t. Okay, right. Like that. So add all of them. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. 1 minute. So now how to do this? Now first I'll take up G1 of t. This is between 2 to 5. Okay, right. So directly we can write it. No problem. No need to write the diagram once again. Width of G of t is 1. 1 to 2 is 1 now. 2 minus 1. Okay. Width of G1 of t is 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, right. Therefore, A is equal to 1 by 3. Midpoint, midpoint of, midpoint of G of t is half. Oh, sorry, 1 between these 2 points, no? So this is 3 by 2. Okay. Midpoint of G of t is 3 by 2. Midpoint of G1 of t is 2. This is 3, 4. Midpoint is this one. 3 by 2 means what? 7 by 2. Midpoint of this one. 3 and a half. 3 and a half is nothing but 7 by 2. Okay, right. 7 by 2. So what is that you can write it? Uh, so once again, AT minus B should be equal to the midpoint. Midpoint is, sorry, scaled factor. Sorry, midpoint is what? 3 by 2. Midpoint is 3 by 2. It should be equated to 3 by 2. A is how much? 1 by 3. T is how much? 7 by 2. Midpoint of this one. Minus B is equal to 0. So what is that you can write it? Therefore, B is equal to 7 by 6. Therefore, G1 of T is nothing but equal to G of 3 by 2T minus 7 by 6. Next, midpoint of, next, G2 of T. G2 of T, width of, width of G of T is 1. Width of G2 of T, width of G2 of T, G2 of T, 3 minus 5 minus 3 is 2. Therefore, A is equal to 1 by 2. A is equal to 1 by 2. Next, midpoint, midpoint of G of T is 3 by 2. Midpoint of, midpoint of G2 of T. G2 of t midpoint is what? Uh, 3, 4, 5, 4. Therefore, A 1 by 2. T midpoint of this one, you should take it 4 minus B is equal to 3 by 2. So this is 2 times. Therefore, B is equal to 2 minus 3 by 2. You transfer B to this side, this one to this side. 2 minus 3 by 2, which is equal to 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 by 2. So B is equal to
So previous B is equals to 1 by 3, sir.
1 by 3 ಬರುತ್ತಾ ನೋಡಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಒನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಏನ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ
Uh, no, sir, ಅದು 1 by 3 into 7 by 2 minus B is equals to 3 by 2, sir. B is
Oh, sorry,
equals
sorry, sorry. You are right, you are right, you are right. This is equated to 3 by 2. You are right, 3 by 2. Yeah. So now what is that we have? So then it will change. So it should not be equated to 0, it should be equated to 3 by 2. So now what is that you should do? 3 by 2 is there. So that is nothing but equal to 7 by 6 minus 3 by 2. It is equal to 6 is the LCM. 7 minus 9, which is equal to minus 2 by 6, which is nothing but minus 1 by 3. Is that okay? Minus 1 by 3, is it okay? 3, 7 by 6 minus B is equal to 3 by 2. So 7 by 6 minus B is equal to 3 by 2. B is equal to 7 by 6 minus 3 by 2. 3 and 2 LCM. I've taken the 6.
sir, it
Minus
will be 1 by 3.
2
1 by 3, sir.
minus 1 by 3, I think. Minus 1 by 3, check it out.
ಸರ್ ಬಿನ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 3/2 ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಹೌದೌದು, ಬಿ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, 3 by 2 ನ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ 7 by what is that? 7 by 6 minus 3 by 2.
ಓಕೆ 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 ಸರ್.
ಸರಿನಾ? So
ಎಸ್
it's
ಸರ್.
minus 1 by 3 is right. Okay. So minus 1 by 3. Therefore, minus of minus it will become plus. Plus 1 by 3 you will get it. Plus 1 by 3 you will get it. So therefore, uh, G1 of t is nothing but G of 3 by 2t plus 1 by 3 you will get it. Okay. Similarly, this one. So G of t in the second one, G2 of t is nothing but equal to G of 1 by 2t minus half, you will get it. So that's how we should do it. Next, and it is amplitude is what? See here, one modification I gave it. What is that we have? See, earlier cases, all the problems are amplitude is 1 only. Now it is this one. The second element G2 of t is having the amplitude. G2 of t is having the amplitude as 2. It's not 1. See that here. This is from, what is that? 2. Here 1 to 3 it has gone. Therefore 2. So therefore G2 of t 2 times we should write it. G2 of t is equal to 2 times G of half t minus half. We should write it because amplitude is 2. Okay, right. Next, we shall move on to so anyhow, the last one I will do it. For G3 of t. So G3 of t is 4 to 5. 1. Width of G of t is 1. Width of G3 of t is equal to 1 minute. It's also 1. 4 to 5. Its value is 1. Therefore, A is equal to 1. And similarly, midpoint of G of t is 3 by 2. Midpoint of G3 of t. This is your G3 of t. Midpoint of G3 of t is this is for between 4 and 5, 4.5. 4.5 is nothing but uh, 9 by 2. If I'm right. 9 by 2. Is it 9 by 2? Yes. 9 by 2 is 4.5, right? 9 by 2 you will get it. So therefore, A t minus B. A is 1. T is midpoint of this one, 9 by 2 minus B is equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, B is equal to, what is that we have? 9 by 2 minus 3 by 2, which is equal to 9 minus 2 is LCM. 9 minus 3 is 6, which is equal to 3. Therefore, G3 of T is equal to, G3 of T is equal to G of A 1 into T minus 3. We get it. So therefore, X of T is nothing but equal to G, G1 of T is what? G1 of T is nothing but equal to G of 3 by 2T, G of 3 by 2T plus 3 by 2T plus 1 by 3 plus uh, G2 of T is nothing but 2G of half T minus half. 2G of half T minus half. And third one is G of T minus 3. So that's how we should do it. We can represent one signal in terms of other signal. You practice this problem, otherwise it is very difficult to do it. Otherwise, you have to do once and go through my notes and different variety of problems also I did it. Okay, I'll continue in the next class.